7 years ago, Arizona Sunshine took over the VR scene with their innovative co-op zombie shooter game, something that hadn't really been done well at that point. Now today, we're getting a sequel that will make the first game look bad in comparison. Starting off with the actual gameplay and general feel of the game, and I'll have to say that this is probably the most cleanest VR games I've ever played, and I've played quite a few. The combat being the main part was so smooth and enjoyable. I can't really fully explain it, but the feel of the guns and the shooting felt amazing. This, along with the zombies animation, made the perfect combo for everything a VR zombie game really needs. That was until I found a melee weapon. Something that I forgot about because I was too invested with the pistol. So, the melee weapons are equally as good as the guns, with awesome zombie animations whenever you hit or kill them. And of course, combining the two, then you have the perfect zombie game. But of course, there's a couple other elements to the gameplay, one of them being the movement. Obviously, it isn't a physics-based game, so it doesn't have realistic movement like Boneworks, for example, but it doesn't really need to be honest. Like many VR games, it has climbing, using specific parts of the environment that allow it. This isn't anything new, but it's been done as well as you would expect it to be. Moving on to the final gameplay element, which I always check for in every game, is the interactability of the environment. While things like crates and tires you can't actually move, the majority of items are fully interactable. You can pretty much pick up anything you find, and it has unique physics to it, like the sausage. The environment surprised me with things like cars where you can open the doors. It made it feel immersive, something a VR game is meant to do. But the best thing you could possibly do is interact with your dog companion. You can pet him, play fetch, and even send him to gnaw at zombies. Anyway, let's move on to the game's story. To be fair, there really isn't much story to follow along to, but this isn't really a problem, because most people are too distracted slicing up zombies to listen to what's actually happening. But it isn't just mindlessly going through places killing zombies. There are actually reasons why you need to go somewhere, which is to find people. The main character is the same from the previous game, however you do not need to play it to understand what's going on. And of course, not to forget the character's humour. The only problem I have with this is that sometimes dialogues overlap with each other, especially if you're playing co-op, because you both occasionally say the same dialogue at the same time. So let's talk about the graphics, and I don't think I need to go into much detail for this, as it kind of speaks for itself. The game's absolutely stunning, and here I was even playing on the Quest 2. But of course, the 2D recording doesn't truly display the game, yet it still looks good. One final little thing though is the sound design. It really ties it all together with realistic and immersive sound elements, especially when you explode a zombie's head. Overall, this is definitely one of the best games I've played in a while. I know it sounds like I'm just saying that because they gave me the game, but I actually cannot think of a bad thing about it, except from that small dialogue bug. For the price though, I'd say it's worth it for the effort they put into the game, along with the actual experience of the game. It has about 12-hour long story, along with a replayable horde mode which you can play with your friends. But from the stunning visuals to the interactive gameplay, the best part about the game is obviously petting the dog.